Spring is here and summer isn't far behind her, so we all know what that means wedding season. Before I get into my chosen topic for today, April 9th, 2026, I would like to introduce myself. Hello, my name is Temariaaa. I'm 22, unmarried, and I like long walks to the fridge at 3 a.m. Some of you may be discovering this video as your very first impression of me, but did you know I have a second channel? Yes, that's right, folks. Temariaaa is a chain restaurant. Go check that out. Last night, my internet went out, and the last video I viewed on TikTok during my nightly doom scroll happened to be a couple that had a cheetah attending their wedding. No, this was not done as some act of animal cruelty, but rather a hosted interaction done through a zookeeper, and the cheetah's fine. This got me thinking, however, that I would like to have some kind of animal theme at my future wedding, if I have one. No, I'm not engaged. But it's nice to dream, right? From the video, I learned that there are many zoos in the United States that offer themselves as wedding venues, with the proceeds going towards conservation efforts for the animals. This had me wondering, what if I had my wedding at a zoo? Okay, never mind, I'm too poor for that. So let's look at alternatives I came up with. My first alternative was a petting zoo, likely at a local ranch with cows, pigs, horses, etc. But even something like that may be expensive. It'll all depend on the amount of guests, the time or date we book it for, and ensuring everything is done safely, as the comfort of the animals is entirely the priority, with the event itself being secondary. Moving on from the petting zoo idea, I have since landed on an adoption/donation event for local shelter pets that need a home. It would be relatively easy to put together and maybe find some lucky cats and dogs a forever home that they so desperately deserve. Guests would optionally be able to donate to the shelter using cash, litter, treats, toys, or whatever, or adopt a new family member. Regardless of petting zoo, regular zoo, or adoption event, one thing is non-negotiable in this wedding. Two things, but we'll get to that second one later. This is gonna sound really trashy. Hear me out. I want animal-themed favors for the guests. With our invites, I would like to send a questionnaire regarding their pets. Do they have a dog, maybe a cat? What treats do their pets like? Do they have a special diet? Things that would allow us to customize goodie bags that guests can bring home to their pets after the wedding. Something useful. Personally, I can't stand wedding favors that don't serve a purpose beyond looking pretty. For guests without pets, I would like to make small handmade plushies of dogs and cats with things like candy, salty snacks, and whatnot, so they still get a nice gift for attending. Now, onto the more important thing at a wedding: food. I don't want a traditional menu, often with steak, pasta, chicken, or a generic chef salad. My second non-negotiable is a massive soup and salad bar with everything you could ever desire on a salad, down to a wide variety of soup and a fresh fruit bar for guests. The salad bar is important to me, and while I'd be willing to offer a second menu if my future partner wanted something specific, I would love to have both. Salad bars were a huge part of my childhood, especially with my grandparents. Earlier this year in January, I lost my grandpa. He was an amazing man, and we were incredibly close. If I had to, I'd say that my grandpa was the father I never had, and he raised my sister and I as if we were his own daughters. Losing him has devastated my family, and I'm not taking it particularly well myself. Whenever we'd go out on road trips with my grandparents, my grandpa would intentionally stop at restaurants with huge salad bars, because he knew my sister and I were picky eaters, and that we enjoyed buffet-style restaurants and salad bars more than a regular menu at a sit-down restaurant. On Sundays in the summer, my grandma would take my sister, my cousin, and I to the public pool where we'd swim from 5 o'clock to 7 or 8, and afterwards we'd grab ice cream from the gas station and then make our way to the local casino, where the restaurant always had the biggest salad bar I had ever seen. They had soup, salad, chili, fresh fruit, dessert, you name it. Their carrot cake still lives rent-free in my head. I apologize, this next part of my script is a little hard to get through. Needless to say, a salad bar isn't something I'd be willing to give up, and it is a necessity at my future wedding. No changes. I wanted my grandpa to walk me down the aisle someday, but in his place, I just want reminders of him somewhere on that day. I'm sorry you couldn't be there, Papa, but I know you're watching from above. When it comes to exact theming and colors, I couldn't care less. My only dreams for my wedding go as far as animals, salad bar, and a lot of people. In my life, I've always had severe anxiety and agoraphobia, so I've never willingly attended a large event. No school dances, no prom, nothing. I would like my wedding to be the time I throw my fears aside and surround myself with all of my friends, family, and even acquaintances if they feel like coming, as long as they never bullied me in school. I know some guests I definitely want are my family. obviously, but I'd also like my best friends to be there, both the ones I met online over the years and the ones I've known my entire life in person. That's all for this video. Like the others, it doesn't have a conclusion, just a small outlet to talk. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what things you'd want or had at your wedding, and good morning for now.